Hey, what's up guys? Oasis here. I wanted to bring you a video that talks a little bit about boosts and the different kind of boosts in the game and how to use them. We're here in the middle of an alliance war. It's a massed war, so I don't even know who we're fighting, but I wanted to just jump in here and show you some tips about using some of the different boosts in the game. We just had Sharkticons added, so they're kind of fun, but there are a number of them that can be very useful, and so let's check them out. One of the cool features about boosts that I didn't realize till recently is you can actually change your boosts, and you do that by clicking on the boost in the bottom right corner, and then you can select which boost you want to use in your battle. And so you can change your boost as long as you pick it before you deploy your bots. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with Scourge here on this base. Smart Bomb is one of the weaker boosts, but it can be kind of useful with Scourge because sometimes he doesn't finish stuff off. Now in this base he'll probably finish most of this stuff off, but let's just see what happens here. Just softened all that stuff up. So let's pop the rest of my team down, and let's go ahead and use Scourge again over here. So you can see this laser. I'm just going to go ahead and use it here. Boom. So it just took that out. So it's kind of fun for finishing stuff off that your team didn't kill on its own and left a sliver of life. Kind of useful. At higher levels where the guns have such huge health, it's not as powerful, but kind of gives you an idea of how to use that boost. And this base is down. Okay, so let's check out this base. Okay, so he has everything kind of compact up there. It's a fairly low level base, so I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's put in a team. I don't recommend not using your best bots in Alliance Wars because some of these bases can be pretty tricky, but just for the fun of it, and so I can showcase some boosts, I'm going to do what I recommend you not doing. Let's see. Okay, so here's a team. We'll go in here. This time I want to showcase, let's see, maybe Orbital Strike or Incendiary Barrage. So we're going to change off of Smart Bomb, and let's go ahead and do Incendiary Barrage. Incendiary Barrage at Mach 3 level deals 300 to 360 damage. So it's really not huge damage against these large level bases with these guns that have quite a bit of health. But just for the fun of it, let's go ahead and drop these guys down. And so let's try Mixmaster up in this corner here and use my Vortex up here. Take out that shock tower there. Okay, so see how he left these guns? I'm just going to pop Incendiary Barrage right there. It's just going to begin to try to melt them away. And Incendiary Barrage kind of works good with other guys that do area of effect damage. It's a pretty wide range of area effect. We'll just finish it off here. So Incendiary Barrage is a small amount of damage. Again, it's going to deal with guns that have a sliver of life left on them. At lower levels, when you got clustered bases, it can really soften up an area really good, or help you finish up stuff that had been softened. Okay, so now we're getting to HQ14 bases. These guns are close to maxed, so this one will be a little bit more of a challenge, and so we'll take in a good team here. Bring in Bludgeon, Nemesis Prime, Scavenger. Let's bring in a Jet, maybe Blast Off. Let's bring in Mixmaster, and let's bring in Brawl, and we'll take Shockwave too. So okay, so this time I want to bring in Orbital Strike. So Orbital Strike at the Mach 3 level is 375 to 450 damage. So as you can see, it's actually doing more damage than that Incendiary Barrage, and everybody seems to love Orbital Strike. At high levels where guns have 2,300 to 3,000 hit points, that damage of 450 points is still not very much, but again, it softens things up, it speeds your ability to take down a base, and overall it's still somewhat useful. I like using it with guys like Scavenger that has trouble taking down a base or taking down a gun on his own. So let's just pop Scavenger over here. He's just going to clear out that area. We're going to drop Mixmaster back in the back there, and we'll just drop the Orbital Strike right up front, soften that up, make it quicker. And take out that mortar up top that's hidden behind the base. And I will throw Nemesis Prime's special on Bludgeon so he can just absorb that damage and survive as my team finishes things off here on this base. So that's Orbital Strike. Okay, take a look at this base. So it's got everything clustered around his headquarters. Going to be able to do a lot of damage down here as well. This is a good looking base. It looks somewhat susceptible to Mixmaster. Let's take it on. So I'm going to want to bring in Headstrong because he's very defensive, and Galvatron for a little bit of damage and some nice health. I'll bring in Starscream to help me deal with mortars, and then I'm going to want Onslaught, Mixmaster, and I'm going to go ahead and keep Brawl in there too and Shockwave, and we'll try with this combo. This time I'm going to use one of my favorite boosts, and it's the Defensive Shield. It's a really strong boost that you can throw on your team. I love to use it when the opponent's outposts pop. It's a great way for you to survive an onslaught. I only have the Mach 1, which absorbs 45% of damage for 6 seconds on the team, but it affects the whole team. So it's a pretty nice boost, and I like what it does. I'm going to take out this far mortar here and take out that section of mortars there. And then I'm going to pop the outpost with him. Taking out the beam laser there and bringing in bludgeon. As soon as my shield drops, I pop that boost, and it just gives Galvatron and my team just that extra health to get through that trap that he has set up front. And the rest of the base should come down fairly easy. In fact, I may not even have to fight those back guns as the base comes down. So that's the defensive shield boost. That was the low, even the lowest level one has a use. So let's check out this final base. So he's got kind of all of his guns down front and a nice little trap up front. Let's take it on and see what happens. Against a base like this, I like to use Scourge. And we'll go ahead and pop Megatron on there. And a second healer. And I think I like this setup. Let's actually use Blastoff has a little bit more health and can still take out what I want him to take out. So I'll use him against this base. And we'll see what happens. So this time I want to load up the Sharkticons just to show you what they do. They kind of chomp at things. They're a very useful base. They can actually make some battles that are really tough, really easy, but they're probably not the best choice against this base. But just so you can kind of see what they do, we'll pop them down here. I actually think I'm going to use them to take out these build bots on this side, just for the heck of it, to make the pathing for the rest of my team fairly easy. I don't know what my hook's doing over there, but he's going for a run, and my shockwave too, so definitely want to put an end to that. And let's speed up this attack here to work my way around and take out the headquarters. And so that's base 5 down. And it kind of showcases the different boosts and how you can use them. So I hope you enjoy.